time for NFL dogs and teasers. And let's start with our live dogs. I jotted down a few that stand out to me. It worked last week. We were all over Tennessee and the Dallas Cowboys coming through. And I've got a few spots circled, not numbers as high as that, not those massive point spreads, but certainly ones that are above a field goal. How about you? Live dog, Sam, for week number 13.
Chicago.
Oh, they are doing a big number.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions ruined another Thanksgiving. Would you?
So
that's in their DNA.
This is what we're doing
in their
now.
DNA. No,
I don't bet against the Lions. Here's my history. I don't bet against them. Damn it. It didn't work. All right. How about this week? Are they going to lose this week? Maybe. Let's go. When is their next loss?
I think it's going to be a close game.
Honest.
I think it's going to be a 4-point game in the fourth quarter. Does that mean the Bears win? Don't know. The Lions have ruined so many Thanksgivings in my life. And this is back at a time when they were usually dogs. How many times did we have a bomb on Stafford on Thanksgiving? And you sit down and the game just ended and he threw another back-breaking pick. Lions were getting 6. They're down 10. Prevent defense. Stafford airmails one to the free safety and you don't cover. And then you got to sit down and your grandma's like, so how's school? And you're like, oh my God, I just can't do this right now. Different times these days with the Lions being a 10.5-point favorite on Thanksgiving. But as I'm watching the board right now, there goes BetMGM minus 10.5, minus 105. More support during this Tuesday for Chicago plus 10.5. Are they going to win? Probably not. But if you bet plus 450 and they do pull it off with a quarterback that has played much better in the last 4 or 5 weeks, I don't think it's impossible. And we've talked about Detroit. They keep making these lines bigger, which makes the point spread bigger and makes the money line bigger. MGM, Detroit, money line, minus 649. Never in life.
See, I always look at the Cowboys as being that team that ruins Thanksgiving. You look at the Lions, it kind of depends what you're talking about. The Cowboys have blown up a lot of survivor pools. Get near the end for some people. All right. Bears, massive number, both money line and ATS. But I hear what you're saying, that they could hang with them. I like a lot of scoring in that one. All right, so I see a bunch in that 3.5 to 5.5 range that stand out. Let's start. You can go a number of directions. See, I thought you were for sure going to give me Philly or New Orleans against the Rams. But
wow.
Yeah,
those are obvious live dogs. The spread is sub 3.
True.
I thought the rule was 4. Well, not rule.
At
the
least
unwritten 3? Rule was 4 or more. I thought was sort of the sweet spot for live dogs.
Okay, so would you consider the Cardinals plus 3.5?
Close enough. Yes.
To win outright.
At Minnesota. Yeah, well, there's a 4 at MGM. Minnesota minus 4.
Yeah, I think the market's certainly down to Arizona Cardinals after their performance last week. And I look at Minnesota. It's similar to what we were talking about last week going into this Bears game. And so, yes, they are tough to beat at home. But this is a Cardinals team that when you kind of count them out, Kyler has a bad performance. People forget about him. They want to bet against him. And when there's value on that, that's when you want to take them. I still am sitting here unimpressed with what Minnesota has done of late. They're winning these games, but Darnold did have good stats in that Bears game, and they ended up having overtime. Justin Jefferson did nothing in that game, and I'm not trying to diminish him as a player at all, but I'm just saying that you can contain him in a way, and the Bears certainly did that on Sunday. I don't like the way things are trending with this team. They can still put up points, but defensively, you're going against a rookie quarterback, and he torched them when they were sending pressure in those blitz scenarios. So Kyler using his legs in that environment, I could certainly see it where the Cardinals are live in this spot when nobody's expecting them to show up. So Cardinals, certainly a live dog to me. I'll give you one that's a little bit higher because that's 3.5, 4. We got the Titans and the Commanders. What do we do with this
buddy.
one? What do we do? So you got the Titans coming off a big win, shocking everyone except for us, against the Texans. And then you've got Washington down and out. They lose at home to Dallas. This line is 5, 5.5. We're making the Commanders 5, 5.5 point favorites. Now, you talk about back-breaking mistakes. That's what Will Levis does for a living. But they still were able to pull off the win. I think Titans are going to be able to put up enough points here. And that pass defense is strong. So now we've got Daniels taking steps back, going against a very good pass defense. As I talk through this, I like the Titans in the game, and I think they could be live here.
So I thought you were going to go one of two ways with the 5, 5.5 point dog. Either you like Tennessee on the road catching the number, or my second guess for that 5, 5.5 range, Jacksonville at home. Jacksonville catching 5 right now against Houston.
You know which team I wrote under Titans? Jaguars.
Where's Paul?
It's on the list.
We need Paul. Paul is Mr. Jags on this program. I need to know if I'm crazy to think Jacksonville can beat Houston.
It crossed my mind. Is it they're off a bye. Is it a Mac Jones week?
Yeah,
right. That's, so no, I'm not running to the window on Jacksonville. It crossed my mind, though. The thought that occurred to me is as much as of a Texans fade as a buy on the Jags. I don't think any of us would be surprised if this thing tumbles a little bit more for Houston. Not like, oh yeah, I love this, but I would not be shocked. I could see it.
I'll tell you when I started to get excited. There was B-roll yesterday of Trevor Lawrence in a red jersey throwing footballs at practice. Mm-hmm. I saw that yesterday, 22 hours ago, according to my X feed. Got a little excited, Joe. Didn't take much.
Look, the two teams we hate right now are Houston and Washington, and they're both laying 5.
Well, you hate Washington. I don't necessarily hate Washington. I definitely hate Houston. I know you do.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We think Cliff Kingsbury is going to turn around. Dan Quinn's going to turn it around. But yeah, as far as fades, and they're laying 5, and they're in that no man's land. I want to see where they drive these numbers here. A week ago, what are these numbers? Those are touchdown games. So the market is seeing exactly what they are. Any others that you
look
have?
Ahead on Washington? Yeah, just quickly. Washington on the look ahead was -8 against Tennessee, now 5.5. Houston -7.
Yep.
They are willing to let you roll into town or roll into the app and lay 5. Go ahead. Come on in. Water's warm. All you got to do is lay 5. Chris is 4.5 on this game. Houston -4.5. If Lawrence gets ruled in, this closes 4.
Mm-hmm. Jags money line. Titans money line. What could go wrong? Survivor picks. Okay, you said Bears on Thanksgiving. What about the second game of Thanksgiving Day? What about this 4-point spread that we have? So we go from Dallas 10.5 point dog to 4-point favorite. Look, it's hard to say that I have a lot of confidence in the Giants that I'm going to make this strong case. I don't even know the quarterback at this moment. But I do know that this pretty bad Dallas Cowboys team with half of the roster injured right now is favored by 4 at home. That's what I do know. And so it feels like it should be more of a toss-up.
It will be the number one need for sports books. I think that will be more of a need because there's always an appetite to take a big number. I think Dallas -4 is going to be the most lopsided ticket count of the entire holiday on Thursday.
Wow.
That's the number one guess for me. Dallas is what the books are going to need to go down. If the Giants could pull the upset, the books would be ecstatic.
Yeah. I'm going to want the Giants there. And they won last year. The Cowboys have also struggled with good teams. Not like this year. With good teams, they've struggled on Thanksgiving. 1-4 ATS last 5 years.
BetMGM just went to 10 on Bears-Lions just now. 10.5. Bye-bye.
Yep. They're betting the Bears again.